Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we managed all the tower CSS, right? So now in this video I want to discuss about that managing animation. Into the React project, if you want to use some of the animations, they have the lot of the packages you can actually install. So in animation they have the two type of animation. One is the appearing animation, another is the activity transaction animation. Appearing animation means when you actually load any page automatically, that means when it will be as a appearing your any component, then this animation will be executed. And another is the activity transition animation. Activity transition animation, I hope you already understand. If you pass any one page to the another page, then that is one of the activity, right? And when you pass any button link, then that is another activity. So after that, any activities when it will be happen, then what exactly that will be do. So there is a two type of animation. I hope you will understand about it. So later we'll actually I will discuss about that things with the live example, then everything will be more clear. Okay, like if you go to the Google, if you go to that Google and if you search with the React, okay, React and then React router and the transition. Okay, if you search with the React router transition, so they have one of the GitHub link. You can go redirected to particular this animation rather than that is one of the GitHub link I will recommend it. And also in our first one, I open both of this. Okay, so that is our another animation. So that is the React animate transitions. You can see it's now loaded. So that is a red. When you click as a green, then that is another animation. Blue, you can see that is another animation. So I will recommend it to go to particular this GitHub link. So that is very interactive. There is a GitHub and there is a React router transition. I want to actually use this one. Okay, so here that is some of the docs. Again, also if you want to show if you want to see that example, you can see that is the example side, then that will be very easy to you. So here if you go to the demos, you can see that is actually a transaction. So there animation suite, the animations route, so animation for the suite, you can see that is all this type of, that is all that our activity transaction. That means here that is our activities. As I told you, there is a two type of animation. There is a activity transaction animation. So that is one of the activity, right? If you go to the demo, there is another activity. So that is activity transaction. Okay, and there is another one as a animate switch, the animate route. So there are a lot of the things I want to do for this project. I want to use this. So if you want to use this, first of all we have to install it. So I simply copy it. Okay, I copy it, and then I want to install this package. I copy it and now go to our project. Here I also want to add that dependency. So that is our install React router transactions as a React router dump. Now click as a enter. So now that will be downloaded all that file from the internet, and it may take little time. Better when it will be done, then I will come back again. Friend, here it's successfully installed. Okay, so here it's successfully installed, and you can see it's also giving you some of the instructions. That is the example of uses. So if you want to use that animated switch, so you can see that first of all here you have to load it. That means here we have to import it, and it will be define some of the properties as a add enter. That means when that will be actually loaded this page, what exactly that you have to do. There is opacity, there is a 0. You can, if you want to update it, you can update it. And at the leave position, what exactly that will be executed. At the activity position, what exactly that will be activated. Okay, so here we have to add this animated switch in our this router area. So here, and also if you want to add some of the classes, you can add these classes as well. Perfect. So everything I will show you with the live example. So right now here we successfully install our this animate transition. So that is our activity transition. I install it. So that is our activity transition animations, right? And also there is another one as a appearing animation. Appearing animation, as I told you, when this page will be loaded, first of all, when that will be appear, then that will be, this animation will be executed. So there is another package. If you go to that Google and if you search with the animate, okay, animate CSS. If you search with the animate CSS, there is animate.style. If you go to particular this page, now here we don't need this. I hope you get some of the idea. I have already installed it perfectly. So now you can see the animate.css. So into the animate.css, there have the so many functionality different. So there is a bounce style. You can see there is a bounce style, there is a flash style, there is a push style, If you want to update your component with this, and there's a push, the shake, the handshake, swimming, to do, and there is a back down, a lot of the things. So with this you can actually make your page so much interactive. So there's a bounce in, you can see bounce in, there is a fade in, and the fade down big. Okay, so there is a fade out, the flip, so there is a flip, so there is our routed, there is a rotate out, so there is a zooming. So zooming, I like it very much actually. Zooming from left, zooming from right, zooming from up. Okay, so that is the animate. So now I want to use this animate also for our this project. Okay, so here there is also some of the instruction that installation uses. So you can also install it via that is in npm install animated css save, rather than if you want to directly use that CDN link, you can also directly use it. So better I want to cover both of this. As I told you, if you want to run it, just simply copy it and then simply run this package in your system, rather than I want to use this CSS. So that is a CDN link. Better I copy it. Okay, I copy it and now I want to paste it. Now click as enter. So this file I want to save it. I click as a save as. So in our exercise file, I want to save it. Okay, I want to save it in here. This is animate mean.css. So I simply load it. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So now if you go to our exercise file, there is a animate main.css. From here I copy it. As I told you, after end of this course I will share total file with you. So I copy it and now go to our project. So into the project, so that is our asset and the CSS, right? So here I want to load it. So there is a animate mean.css. So that is the animate mean.css I want to load it in our index. Okay, into the index, because this animation I will actually use all that our component area. Better I want to directly access it. So here we have to input it. Better I copy it. So in our index.js, right? So into the index.js means if you go to that src, that is our index.js. So into this index.js, I have already loaded that custom CSS. I have already loaded that font awesome. Now I want to load our new one as animate.mean.css. I also want that is actually the same position, that will be as animate. Okay, animate.mean.css. So I simply loaded that part. So right now we are able to access this animation in our overall into this project. Friend, right now I simply loaded both of these style, right? I loaded that appearing animation and also I loaded that activity transaction animation. So I loaded both of these. So we'll use it multiple time in our project. So then that will be very interactive for you. Okay, so that's all. So here we successfully updated our animation 2 of this package. Okay, so we are inside both of these. Right now we don't need this. I close it and make it as a clean. Okay, make it as a clean, which is totally fine. So in our next video, I want to create another step by step. We have to actually create all that our component, right? So there is a features product component. So in our next video, I want to work with these features product components. Working with this, I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.